Race number 5 at Ascot. It is over the 2200 metres, and there's some good staying form in this race, Mark.
Yeah, there really is, Adam. Regal Rogue here, last start was very good, winning and beating Crinkle Cut. Adam, let's have a look at that win.
Perfect. Rose Hall's going to ride for a bit of luck. He's got the cutaway there in front of him as he asked for the big effort. Down to the 250. Black Chant the leader. Down the outside, Master Magician. Crinkle Cut battling. Down the outside, Regal Rogue coming quickly. It's Regal Rogue right up near the outside. Going up with Crinkle Cut, Black Chant and Miss Meeker in the middle. Regal Rogue deep out. Crinkle Cut went to the line. Regal Rogue did best.
Nice performance by Regal Rogue, and it must be said a deserved win as well. This horse has been knocking on the door for a long time, and just either seemed to find some unluckiness or track conditions that didn't suit. Finally, he was able to run on nicely. This was at Bunbury with little Fred Kersey on board as well. Gets in here with the 55.5 kilos. I prefer this horse back up to the 2200 metres as well, so I think it's another good tick.
You speak of horses having no luck whatsoever. In that same replay you just saw, we saw one that couldn't get out in the Cerise and White. That was compelling, and Glenn Smith just had no luck the whole way of the straight. Just forget it went around.
You just wonder what goes through a jockey's head in that occasion when you go, geez, I've done everything right here, and then everything just closes, and there was nowhere he could go. Not once did he have an opportunity to take a gap or slightly move. Just had to sit there, watch it all unfold, and just cruise to the line in the end. Look, this horse is going to improve dramatically as well. It was travelling nicely going up to it. Look, I think it can win the race. I'm just not sure how much improvement it's got, but geez, was unlucky.
We've also got there, Adam, number 10, Bonsignor. Now, the Stelmach family have been having a lot of luck here. Stephen rides here. The run behind Battle Talk last time out was superb, and those runs over 2200 metres will hold it in good stead for a race like this.
Yeah, look, the Stelmachs are going well without getting a win. I think if you have a look, so many of their horses have finished top 4 recently, just not quite getting the job done. But for mine, the form lines here are superior by a big way. At the Ready, Battle Talk even begged to differ 5 starts ago. From barrier 4, he should get a really nice run here, the Gelding by Blackfriars, and for that reason I'm willing to put him on top. From number 1, Regal Rogue, 4, Mouquet, and 6, Compelling.
I've got the same numbers in a different order again, Adam. Number 6 on top, Compelling. From the 1, Regal Rogue, 4, Mouquet, and 10, Bonsignor.
Race number 6 at Ascot. It's over the 1200 metres, and Mark, so many of these gallopers we're used to seeing go around on a Saturday. This is a very competitive field.
It really is, Adam. We'll go straight into the replay horse. Mr. African running a slashing second behind Mr. Motown.
Side Mr. Motown, who's covered additional ground. Then Excellent Jerry Disco, Riffic and Mr. African. Ruby Can Run coming right down the outskirts. American Star still in front though at the 100, but here comes Mr. Motown. Mr. Motown and Mr. African are coming together from Castle Retreat. Mr. Motown, Mr. African lunging, but it's Mr. Motown. Mr. Motown.
Strong performance there by Mr. African, because really didn't have a lot of luck. Was in that bumping duel with Disco Riffic down the straight, and you know, an extra 2 strides probably gets there for the win. I spoke to Adam Ferry after the race, and he goes, just needed the claim. But this is where I'm not entirely sure, because I just think Ryan Hill rides this horse so much better than anybody else. Clearly isn't the easiest horse to ride. So whether that 3 kilos is going to make the difference, we'll wait and see. The other question mark now is, although it was clearly doing its best work late, the step up to 1200 metres, it's raced over that distance on 4 occasions for a third, and has been unplaced outside that. The 1000 metres clearly has been the better distance. But from barrier 5 with good speed in the race and the 55 kilos from what we saw last start, it has to be respected.
And hoping with the claim, Adam, they roll forward from the barrier 5 instead of holding it up and trying to run it on. Number 7 here, Le Patron, Adam. Blinkers go on this mare by Street Boss. Got a lot of time for this mare, and you look at the form lines. Ran 3rd behind Conceited last start, which has since come out and run 2nd in 78 plus grade behind 3 votes. So that form line's very strong.
She's all class, is Le Patron. Look at the run even before that, beaten 1.5 lengths by Celebrity Dream, and that was in the Pearl Classic. Barrier 6, Blinkers on here, back out the extra 100 metres to the 1200 with good speed in the race. She'll be flashing home late, and I think she's the one to beat.
Yeah, we've also got number 5, Recoil. Last start, had to contend with only barrier 7, but went forward, sat on the speed, gave a good kick, wasn't beaten far for 3rd. Barrier 12 here is the worry though.
Beaten 1.5 lengths by Seeker. Seeker would absolutely pants this field, so they're really good form lines. Up to the 1200 metres, the horse has had 2 starts there for a second, has won second up before. The barrier is going to have to do some work. That's a small concern for mine with the extra 200 metres as well, but I think it can still play a part in this race with the Saturday form lines. But I think Le Patron's the one to beat here. Number 7 from 5, Recoil, 6, Wicked Hunter and 1, Border Scott.
I'm with you, Adam. I've got number 7 on top as well. Le Patron. From the 3, Mr. African, 5, Recoil, and 4, Patrimonio.
Race number 7 at Ascot. It is over the 1400 metres. A really competitive field here, Mark, but for mine, we've got our best bet of the day coming up.
Yes, as do I, Adam. Number 4, Touch of Silver, just brilliant, winning last start.
Ahead of the others, the favourite running about sixth at the cutaway. Well Spoken Man, the leader, tackled here by Serious Prospect. Lady Valorum awakened down on the inside, taking a while to get going, but she's running on. Well Spoken Man, Serious Prospect with Awaken. Down the outside, Touch of Silver. Touch of Silver, Serious Prospect, Awaken, Touch of Silver. Touch of Silver.
Take a look at the performance there. Such a nice turn of foot and so professional as well. The extra 200 metres is exactly what this horse needed. The biggest thing as well now is to take a look at the form lines out of this race. They are very positive. We've seen Serious Prospect come out and win, Awaken to come out and win as well. So I think on barrier 4, with the 57 kilos, the good speed that's in this race, this horse is just going to be way too good for them.
Yes, the obvious Quinella horse as well, Adam. Number 9, Secret Doubt for me. The filly by not a single doubt out of the Group 1 winning mare, Covertly. Look, the effort last start behind Key Lister was good. Had to do a bit of work outside of Remember Berlin, and Key Lister obviously had a bit on those that lot there. But I just think here, barrier 8 can tuck in midfield and be the one finishing off strongly late.
Key Lister nominated for the Breeders' Classic on Sunday, so we know that the form lines are certainly good enough. Was a strong performance behind Remember Berlin as well, which we know is a nice type. Had to do a bit of work. As you said, I think way more suited here. I think the extra 200 metres is ideal. This horse can just cruise into a bit easier, not to do as much work. I'm with you. I think it's a really nice Quinella.
You're on top selections, Adam?
I'll go with Touch of Silver. Best bet of the day. From 9, Secret Doubt, 3, Tonka Tough, and 6, Dusha Suzuki.
4 on top for me as well. Touch of Silver from the 9, which is Secret Doubt, 3, Tonka Tough, and 1, Skellig.
Final race of the day at Ascot. It is over the 1600 metres, and there's a couple of horses stretching out in distance, so we really appreciate the 1600 here.
Yeah, and I think one of those is our replay horse as well, Melting Point. William Pike rides here for his partner, Jess Vallis.
In the straight, they're homeward bound. On the outside, Platinum Power goes up. Well Spoken Man, Compass Point down on the inside. Serious Prospect, Knuckle Down coming through. Over on the inside, Melting Point. Serious Prospect in front from Knuckle Down and Melting Point down on the rail. Serious Prospect, though, under desperate riding, is going to hold them all off. And Serious Prospect got the...
Yeah, Melting Point, certainly a horse that's going to like the extra 200 metres from that 1400 metre start last start. Just remember the words when Jared Noske rode this horse first up and was able to win over the 1400 and said this horse is only going to get better with distance. Went to the 16, was only beaten 2 lengths on that occasion, then had a trial, ran over 1700 metres, ran into a really nice one in Friar-esque, which we just saw produce the goods last weekend. Now back down to 1400, was beaten by Serious Prospect. Their Touch of Silver form lines from the race before. I think everything ticks the boxes with this horse. Barrier 3, as we said, up to the 16, William Pike on board, looks hard to beat.
Another one that I'll appreciate going up in trip, Adam, is number 3, Kingdom and Empire here. We saw it go down to 1400 metres after running really well over 1500 metres. Look, had every possible chance in the run last start behind Wrinkley, followed the leader, and just didn't let down or want to take the run in the straight. For me, it's because it was down to 1400 metres, and speaking to Sharon Miller after the race, she just seems to think a little bit slow maturing and a little bit simple. So, look, the blinkers stay on here, which will hopefully sharpen him up. I think he'll be a better horse over 1600 metres here.
Form lines are better than Melting Points, there's no doubt about that. This horse has the strongest form going into the race. Question mark for mine is the barrier, where this horse is going to be, but I'm with you. I think the 56.5 with the claims of Randy, the blinkers on, all those tick the boxes. I'm wondering how many more starts the horse has got this campaign. That was something just sort of in the back of the mind as well. Is one that is definitely going to mature after a spell, but I think you have to have in your top 3.
Adam, you're on top selections?
I'll go with our replay horse, number 4, Melting Point. From 6, Harpoon, number 3, Kingdom and Empire, and 1, Jazari.
Great way to finish off. Pike in the last for me as well. 4, Melting Point. From the 3, Kingdom and Empire. Number 11, Into Hood, and 2, Song of War.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and I'm going to go with race 3, number 14, Imaginary, and race 7, number 4, Touch of Silver.
I'm going to race 5, number 6, Compelling. Hopefully have a bit more luck than last start. And race 7, number 4, Touch of Silver.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media. You can see all of those addresses on screen. And make sure you go to perthracing.com.au. There are plenty of events coming up now, really heating up in this carnival. I'm looking forward to some really good racing over the next couple of weeks. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you a couple of winners, and we'll see you again soon.